Okay, small town America. We met another business owner that I'm going to run into in a few minutes. Just a couple more questions. Sure. From your experience, and as we were talking, you have a pretty broad level of experience in a lot of different areas, Monty. From your experience as an entrepreneur, an organizer of communities, what one lesson or piece of advice could you share with anyone who might see this?
This is such a great question because I've had an epiphany on this. I have run nonprofits for years and years and years all over doing lots of different things. I love startups, which is what this is. Wonderful people here. The one thing I've never, ever, ever done in a startup or in any nonprofit organization is have an office like this that's on the main street with a tremendous window, with a stage that welcomes people to come in. Usually nonprofits have no money and they have no presence. They're on the top floor in the back because that's where the cheap offices are and that's what you can afford. This is not an expensive office. It is an office that has presence. We are located between Claire's Restaurant, the community-supported restaurant, the Buffalo Mountain Co-op, which is one of the oldest co-ops in Vermont, and we are nestled in between them. We have become a community stop-by place, and part of the whole scene on this is that your earlier question was, how do we work with the community? Well, the community also finds us because our windows say, come on in and say hello. So one lesson, as simple as it is to think about when you're in the community building movement to have a storefront on a retail place that allows for lots of community interaction. It won't always work everywhere, but it certainly has worked in Hardwick.
That's a great piece. I never thought about that. And as you're talking, I'm thinking about how great it would be one day if we had the means to do that in Somerville. Because, as an organization that organizes businesses, being in a business district and having almost like a business presence. Yeah, amazing. Great.
Yeah.
Last one.
Okay.
This one I'm going to ask you to speak to the camera. And what I'd like you to do is, you've worked in Washington, you've worked with national nonprofits, and now you're here in population 3,200 plus Hardwick, Vermont, doing amazing work around sustainable agriculture and equitable communities. What one message, if you had the opportunity to offer, would you give?
The message I would give on that question is to take what we all are learning about in food systems, local food systems, sustainable agriculture, that we learn in the classrooms, we learn from each other in conferences, we learn in academic settings, and we turn it into a system of understanding that is real, that is place-based. That we take the knowledge of that we have to protect our soils, that we have to grow great seeds into great produce, that we have to have farmers that know how to do that work, that have to transport the produce into value-added products that get on people's tables, either in restaurants or eateries in our homes, and what's left over is put into compost that goes back into the soil that starts the whole circle again. To take that theoretical circle and turn it into reality in a Hardwick or in any other community around the country that has the building blocks that are being put together to create a local food system.